I am Tara Renee. I'm a pop culturalist.
Hello, I'm Nat. Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Sweet. What's your name? Erin.
Michelle.
Tom.
How are you?
Really good.
Hey, you guys should be on TV. You know that? I'm looking
Really?
at you thinking you should be on TV.
And now for the weather.
There you go.
That would be my favorite weather channel. Just saying. So, can you guys tell us a little bit about your characters on the show? Briefly.
You go first.
Okay. My character, her name is Lana Pierce, and she's basically a human weapon. She's in special forces, and she's a pretty strong woman in some respects, but also, even though she's incredibly fearless, she suffers from PTSD because of her experiences. So she simultaneously breaks down and is incredibly vulnerable, and she doesn't smile much.
My character is Henri Gassana, and prior to going on the ship, Henri is a geneticist who is in a lab. He's at the top of his game. He is looking at DNA and how you can alter DNA to cure disease, to cure cancers, Alzheimer's and things like that. And then he kind of comes into contact with a government agency who kind of get him to reverse what he's doing so that it's not curing people, it's killing people. And it becomes a kind of, it becomes an assassination weapon, his research, which he doesn't agree with and wants to stop doing it and bails out of it, and really in essence is the reason why he gets onto the ship.
My character, her name is Evelyn Ray. Evelyn, last name Ray, but she wants people to call her Ray. She is an engineer, and she grew up in the south of France. She works for the company Siren, and her dream is to go to space and work on a ship. And one day Siren asked her if she wants to go work on this ship, the Origin, and just leave her life behind and make a new life in a new planet. I mean, in an unknown planet. Her father is sick, and so she has to, deal with make the choice of either stay with her dad, take care of him, with her sister, or just move to this unknown planet, and that's what she decides to do. So that's a very hard sacrifice for her. That's it. Why are you making fun of me?
I'm not. What do you mean? We're just having fun here, man.
Huh? Yeah, I know, I'm funny.
So, what is space like in Origin?
Sorry?
So say again?
What's space like in Origin? And every TV show shows space a little bit differently. What's it like?
Well, what I found out, when I discovered the corridors, and it to me, it reminded me of, I don't know if you're aware of, Gaspar Noé's movie. He's a French director, and he did a movie called Enter the Void, and it's very spacey, very dreamy, very with different colors, blue, red, kind of psychedelic in a way. That's how I felt when I saw the sets, and I mean, it was so amazing.
I'd say the word that comes to mind is terrifying, because if you wake up on a ship and you wake up in a way that under ordinary circumstances you wake up on a planet, it'd be opera music going in the background, some warm lights and everything, and then actually you wake up launched out of this tube onto the floor in all this amniotic fluid, and you hit the concrete and you wake up and you find that most of the ship is evacuated and you're on your own and you're with just a handful of people, and then little things start happening in the ship that make you start to understand that the ship is almost working against you, so that it seems like you're always running, you're always trying to get away from something, always get to something that can save you. And that kind of combination of us as characters and the group is what helps us to survive the days, weeks on that ship, you know. But moment to moment, I would say it's pretty terrifying.
So you guys are all working together to try and survive against the ship.
And one of us isn't what they seem to be. So I think what's interesting is that slowly as an audience you're finding out more about these strangers with flashbacks than any of us know about each other. But also there is someone that isn't, like I said, not quite what they seem. So there's two elements happening.
So we start to learn as you guys learn, or maybe a little ahead of what you guys know?
No, at the same
time?
Yeah.
Did you have to do any like wire work for Zero G and whatnot?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Lots of wire work.
How was it?
There was elements of it that were great. I really loved, every bit of my limbs being it was like a dance. So it's like 8 men pulling on ropes, and every bit of you is connected to a different bit of a harness. And it is like a dance. You're all dancing together to create this goal of zero gravity. That was cool. But what I had to wear wasn't. I could not piss in it. So that was interesting. I had a shiwi that didn't work, and luckily me and my double had to share that weight.
Oh, interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
No, that was hard. I remember those were hard days.
Yeah.
A hard couple of days, right?
Tried to not drink water, but it's very hard.
Oh yeah.
And I assume a lot of green screen, blue screen work where did you have to,
Pretend there was
Pretend
something very important in front of us, and it was just like green.
But actually, a lot. I would say a huge percentage of that work is done by the sets, because they are actually mostly set work. Yeah, it's a small percentage of the green screen that we were using, which is great, because then you don't have to pretend like you're seeing something come in and play with the screen and that, where you're actually working on an actual set.
Like the big set, the control room is the first time we walked in it really felt. I mean, as there's Nat and then there's character, but either one, both of it's like, oh my god, it's so epic. The proportions of what they did, and what they built, and how quickly they were building. So Nika's writing the story, and it's not built yet. So sometimes writing things like, oh well, actually this is what's going to happen, which I think, for the props in the art department, was a massive challenge, but they rose to it.
Thank you. All right, we're going to rotate for the next interviews.
All right.
You guys.